All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Megan with Ocean Rehab and Fitness, and today is our Thursday workout. So the theme we're going to be doing today, for anybody that's new, we're going to be doing some hinge work, some punch work, which can also count as maybe some cardio for some of us. And we're going to learn a little bit of breathing technique as well today, just to get into our bodies a little bit better. I typically don't really take the time to do a lot of breathing work in a group setting. But for today, I think we're going to do it. It's really important. Some of you that work with me one-on-one, we've been working on breathing for a little while. Just really important to get centered, find those deep core muscles. No matter what your disability is or ability, we all have a core. So that breathing is step one in trying to get into that core and getting a little bit more out of your movement from the torso so that we can decrease our risk of any injury when we do dynamic movements such as punches or anything else like that. Okay, so for today's equipment, we are going to be using a dowel. Okay, so some type of hockey stick, broomstick, whatever. Hi, Neil. And yeah, anything like that. Umbrella too. And then we're going to use some type of weight if you want. So these are going to be for punches. If you have any type of shoulder pain, for example, if we have pain coming over the head, or maybe in a type of lateral raise like this, or you know that you have some type of rotator cuff issue, if you've had that going on, you don't need these. You can just use body weight. Okay. The heaviest I'd probably want you to go with these, if you are going to use weight, are like soup cans or 2 to 3 pounds. I'm just looking at everyone on here, except maybe Sierra. But Sierra, you said you weren't lifting these days either. So Sierra, do what you want. Everyone else, I'm going to say stick to 2 to 3 pounds, I think, for this stuff, or body weight. Okay, there's no problem with doing body weight, especially because our movement quality today is going to be a little bit more in the powerful range, which means we're hitting a different muscle fiber than, say, doing a nice slow controlled movement. So having said that, we don't really need weight to start. So if you're new to that in general and you have no idea what I'm talking about, maybe just put the weights aside and you can decide as we go to see if that's something you want to use, okay? Stephanie, it was also great to see you yesterday. Seeing faces again in real life has been awesome. So for those of you that I've seen in real life. Okay, so 2 of these if needed, and the dowel today, and that's it. Really simple, okay? So put those aside, have them ready, have them handy. Oh, and then actually, if you want, you can have a ball just for some of our release work we're gonna do, okay? You don't need this though. It can be a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, anything kind of middle firmness to do a bit of release work, just to open us up a little bit more so we can get into the lungs and the diaphragm a bit better, okay? So we'll start with this. If you aren't using a ball, you can use your hands. Okay, and just a quick reminder, I think most of you know, but if you have any comments or anything, questions, you can just write it in the chat. You can also make it private so that no one else can see if you want me to just answer it, and I'll know to answer it generally and I won't call you out, okay? All right, so starting, I'm gonna use the ball. Otherwise, you can just use your hand, and we're gonna just get into your muscles right at the pec. So if you're a female, we have to go behind the breast tissue. So you wanna try and get a little bit deeper, and it's almost like you're digging in and around. If you're a male, it doesn't matter, just go right across, okay? And we'll do about 30 seconds to a minute on each side. And you wanna make sure this arm is relaxed, the side that you're working on. Okay, and we wanna get nice and try and get as deep as you can comfortably. So a little bit of discomfort's fine, but try and go where you feel that space that is maybe tender, or you feel a change in the feeling actually in your fingers or on the ball. If we don't have the sensation there, you can go by the sensation from your hand, okay? Or vice versa. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, and then I'm gonna release the ball for this part because I prefer my hand, but now you're gonna go right into the subclavicle here. So the clavicle bone, you can kind of see mine. We have two that kind of join in right here. And you're gonna just go right below that and kind of dig in to that meatier section. So not on the bone, we just wanna be right below it. Okay, and you can even get into the anterior shoulder. Some of you might really like this feeling coming right from there, connect it right into that anterior shoulder, especially if you do a lot of wheeling, manual wheeling. This is a really good place. Okay. Getting in right there. Okay, and then loosening that up. Good. Give it a little shake. And now we'll go to the other side. So coming back, I'm going to use my ball. Once again, you don't have to. And just kind of getting into those pecs right there. And just take notice if the sides are different, if you feel a difference between your left and right, or maybe they're the same. Okay, there's no right answer, by the way. Everybody is different and every body is different. Okay, and if you find a spot, you can just drive right in there. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Okay, good. Okay, and then you can go move up to your subclavicles. Like I said, I'm just gonna put my ball aside and find that section just right below that collarbone, right in that meaty area, and kind of just dig in, see what you can find in there. Okay. That's it. Okay, and you can work your way up even over to the shoulder there, anterior shoulder. For some of you, this will feel really nice. Others, not so much. Okay, go where you need it. Good. Okay, and then just give that a little shake there. Awesome. All right, we're gonna get into a little bit of breathing now. So there's two different ways to breathe, basically, right? Just basic breathing. One is gonna be from the chest, so using our lungs, and then the other way is gonna be coming from our diaphragm. So depending on if anybody has an SCI, if your level of injury is up in the C's and the cervical, you may have a more difficult time doing chest breathing anyways, okay? But that doesn't mean that we can't still improve our diaphragmatic breath, okay? So first I want everyone to put their hand on their chest, okay? And now I want you to do a big chest breathe. So we're gonna do a big inhale and I should see your hand and your chest rise. So we come up and then exhale. You can be audible, that's fine, okay? Especially if you're by yourself, I can't hear you. So you can be as loud as you'd like. Okay, sometimes it helps to hear what we're doing. Okay, big inhale again, chest breath. And exhale. Let all the tension out. And again, deep breath. Inhale into the lungs and exhale. Okay, and again, big inhale and exhale. Good. Okay, we're gonna leave that. So now we're gonna take our hands to our diaphragm section, so just in your belly. Okay, so some of us, I cue with the hands around the ribs even. I'll just lower this a little bit so that y'all can see. So sometimes I cue hands around the ribs. If you wanna do this, that's fine. I'm gonna show this today. Okay, and now we're gonna do a breath from the diaphragm. So what that means is I shouldn't see your chest rise and fall anymore. I'm gonna see your hands expand and then exhale and they should sink, okay? So sometimes it helps to actually close your eyes and get into your body for this. Otherwise, you can watch me or yourself in the reflection to see what's happening. So we inhale, belly expands, and then exhale. Okay, and notice now I'm not so audible for this one. Okay, so this is nice, calm, relaxed up in the upper chest area. Here we go, inhale. And exhale. Okay, inhale. And exhale. Okay. Don't worry if this feels like you're not doing it right away. Okay. Sometimes this takes practice. Inhale. And exhale. 4 more together. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. 2 more here. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Feel that belly fill with air. And exhale. And excellent. Good. Okay, from there we're going to get into our shoulder rolls. So coming up. So what I want you all to think about with that is trying to keep that belly breath going as we do our warm up today. Okay, and the belly breath's going to come back when we get into some of our punching. So I'll remind you, but if you're able to, just follow along with warm up and focus on that belly breathing. Okay? Shoulders go backwards. Good. 7. Good. 8. This is 9 and 10. Now we're going to look to the right and center and left and center. Really easy head movements, keeping those ears even. So we're not tipping an ear down. They're staying nice and even. 2 more here. And over and over. Good. And now we're going to tip the ear down and up, keeping your chin facing the screen. Up and tip. Take it nice and slow. If you feel any tightness here, some of us hold a lot of tension here, so just move nice and slow. Tip, nice and fluid. And tip, good. And again, tip. And now we're going to go all the way up. So we go up and then center. And now I don't want you to hang your head. I want you to try and grab something with your chin. And then center. And again, up, center, grab something with your chin, and center. And again, up, center, grab something with your chin, and center. And again, up and center, grab something with your chin. Last 2, here we go. 1 and 1. And again, 2 and 2. Awesome. Now we're going to reach arms right out to the sides. Nice big, my fingers are extended. And then we're going to hug, nice and tight. And again, cross, out, cross the other arm in front, or on top, I should say. So alternating your arm cross. 4. That's it. 5. 6. 7. And 8. And 9. 1 more. 10. Hold. And now I want you to try and twist as far as you can using those abdominals. Come back to center. Twist. See the difference. See if there's any difference between twisting right and left for you. Twist. And center. And twist. And center. That's it. And twist. And center. And again, twist. And center. Now we're going to tip. Up, reaching up, looking at that hand. Notice I'm not going over like this. I'm reaching up to the ceiling and then down. You can tip all the way over, but the arm goes straight up. Okay? And up, center, good, and up. Reminder, you can put your hand that's down on your chair, on your lap, on your rim, or you can hang it like I'm hanging mine if you want a little more core work. If you have that stability, go for it. And up. Good. And up. And up. That's it. And again. Okay, now we're going to reach up. And then you're going to twist. Look over at your hand. And then swipe that table clean. And try and bring it all the way back behind you as far as you can. And then back in. Okay? Combo. Up. Rotate all the way over and then sweep that table. Try and go as far back as you can. And again, reaching up and rotate, and then all the way over as far back as you can. And again, up, reaching over, and far all the way. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna round down. So tucking the chin, rounding through the spine, all the way down into what we call a cat or a cow. Slowly coming up. Okay, eyes to the sky. I'm gonna turn sideways just so you can see what I'm doing. Hands behind you if accessible, and you're gonna lift your heart to the ceiling and try and get your shoulders in your back pockets. So I'm trying to make a big C curve out of my back, the opposite way that we just did. Okay, and then we round down again. I'll just stay facing this way so everybody can see. Tucking your chin all the way down, rounding in the spine. This should be the worst posture. This is like super rounded if we're able to. The only reason why maybe is if you have any rods in your back and then you know how to adapt. Okay, eyes to the sky, shoulder blades in your back pockets. Nice, we're gonna do 2 more of those. Tucking that chin, rounding all the way down. Let your head hang, tuck, tuck, tuck. Slowly rolling up, hands behind you, eyes to the sky, heart to the ceiling, and up. Okay, last one. All the way down, rounding in the spine. Remember to move slowly through these positions. Slowly coming up, eyes to the sky, shoulder blades in your back pockets. And good, coming back to center. Okay, let's do a little wrists here. So we're coming in, nice and big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicole, are you talking about the cat-cow? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and switching. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Good. Yeah, I really like cat-cow as well. It's a really, really good one to do, especially if we've been sitting in one position for a long time. That's a really nice one you can do just throughout the day. 8, 9, and 10. Other way, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how my elbow isn't moving. 5, 6, big circles. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Okay, hands are going to be on your thighs. So we're going to do a few variations of this depending on everybody's level. So if you're wearing a chest strap, take it off for this section. Okay. If you are standing right now, I'm actually going to ask you to sit down so that we can work on the hip hinge, because I think everyone in here probably, yeah, maybe Janice, you could stand, but I would actually prefer you to sit for this. And we can go over another time how to do the standing. Okay, so we're gonna do a hip hinge / core stability. So I'm gonna move the camera down. So my hands are here on my thighs, okay? So version 1 is if we have quite a compromised core and we have issues balancing maybe without a chest strap. We're gonna have our hands here, and you're gonna slide your thighs, slide your hands down your thighs and get a hinge here. Okay, so when I say hinge, what I mean is that I'm coming from my hips. So I'm not rounding down like I just did in a cat-cow. I'm keeping my collarbone long, and it's like I'm bowing to someone. I'm tipping. So from the side, it looks like this. Reach forward and then tip. So see how, if I was to get my dowel, see how this stays on my spine, right? I'm just tipping with an elongated spine. I'm not rounding and pushing the dowel away. Do y'all see the difference? Okay, so that's what we're doing. So hands are if you need them, okay? So hands come forward, we're hip hinging, and then come back up. If you don't need your hands, you are not going to use your hands, and you can even just put them on your hips, and you're going to think of feet driving into the floor, and you're going to think collarbone long, so really wide out this way, and we're going to hinge and bow, Pretend someone important's in the room. And then you're going to think of leading with the crown of the head. Get tall as you come back up. Okay, so really important, push the feet into the floor. Push the feet into the floor, hinge. Okay, and then push through those feet and come back up. Version 3, if you are having troubles keeping a nice long spine and you want a little extra help, grab your dowel. Okay, you are going to keep the dowel right against your chest. Okay, and actually I think everybody should just try this anyways. And then you can decide what works best for you. Okay, so coming in here, you're going to pull the dowel really close to your chest. So our shoulders are back, our chest is lifted. If we continue to keep our hands here, we won't be able to round the spine. So now do your hinge. So coming forward, and while you come forward, you're pulling that dowel back. Hinge, 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 push into those feet, and then come on up. Okay, so from side view, hinge, 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 hinge. Notice my spine elongated, and then pull to come up. Okay, so those are your 3 versions. Okay, I'm going to show with just hands down, but y'all can do the dowel here, hands here, or hands at your hips. Okay, here we go. 15 reps together. So we're warming up the hinge. Let's go. Collarbone long, tip, tip, tip. And come on up. If you have your hands on your thighs, remember you can use your hands a little bit to push yourself up if you need it. That's what they're there for, okay? Come on down, try and come forward evenly. We don't want to come off kilter. And then use those abs, push those feet into the floor, and try and come back up to seated tall. Okay, so we're not coming all the way back to slouch. We're staying nice and tall. And again, drive forward, bowing, collarbone nice and wide. And then we push up, nice, that's 4. And again, coming forward and come on up, nice. For those of you where this is feeling pretty solid, I'm going to invite you to revisit the belly breathing that we did at the beginning. Okay, so I would inhale as you come forward. Big inhale, belly expands. And then exhale, belly gets contracted, everything sinks in tight. Good, and again. Okay, and push, that's it. Hip hinging. And push, good. Okay, we're about halfway. Hinging forward. Remember, if I'm going too fast, just slow it down, it's okay. I'm just trying to keep a neutral pace so that everybody can get something out of this. Okay, hinge. And push, that's it. 4 more here. 1. And push. If it's starting to feel good with the hands, try and do a little less hand on your thighs. If it's starting to feel nice, try and use those erectors along your spine and those glutes, push into those feet. Even if you don't have full sensation, I want you to imagine you pushing your feet into your foot plates. And push. Okay, good. Push, that's it. I lost count, so we'll do 1 more. Usually I'm pretty good at multitasking, I promise. And push. I know someone's going to go back in all these and call me out on my counting because I'm pretty sure I'm off in a lot of it. I'm very confident, but I'm waiting for the day someone goes back and says, oh, okay, that was definitely like 5 more than I was supposed to do. Okay, so any issues or questions with that, please write in the chat. This is a really important movement to get, okay, especially if we do any type of transfers on our own. So anybody that knows that first push off that we do, where we move the hips to get somewhere else, that is your hip hinge, okay? Even when we get up from a chair, right? We want to think of that hip hinge. Our spine is nice and elongated. Yes, so Janice, just a cue that I've used before, and I'm wearing a necklace, so it's a good tip. You want to think of showing your necklace off. So if you had a necklace on a really big diamond, you would tip forward and show the necklace. We wouldn't be hiding it like this, okay? So 2 cues, collarbone wide, or show off your necklace. Okay, those are 2 that work really well. Okay, and then come on up. Excellent. All right. Let's take away from that for a second, and we're just going to get into some dowel work. Okay, so we will add in the hinges again, but we're just going to do a little bit of a kayak motion first. Okay, so coming in, we're going to be kayaking, and we're just going to rotate. So we're rotating and then back, and then rotating and then back. Okay, paddlers, my paddlers that are in here, you will recognize this build that we're going to do. So we're going to add a hinge eventually. Okay, so I just want y'all to kayak. I'm going to set a timer here. Okay, and we're going to be going for about a minute. Okay, here we go in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Okay, it's not a race. I just want everybody to just get into the feeling of sitting tall, and we're rotating. Okay, bringing a bit of blood flow, getting that heart rate up maybe a little bit, but mostly just getting some movement through that torso now that our hinge is warm. We want to get that rotation warm because we are going to be combining the two. Okay, because remember, this workout is focusing on hinging and punching and breathing. So many things. Okay, you're halfway. That's it. You have 15 seconds left. So notice I'm not really changing my upper body aside from rotation. I'm just strictly sitting tall, okay? I'm not dipping down or anything like that. It's just the arms dipping. My torso stays upright. Okay, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so now we are gonna add the rotation with the hinge. So this was our hinge, okay? So we're gonna do the hinge, and we're gonna rotate and dip at the same time and then come back to center. So I'm hinging, dipping, come back to center. Hinging, dipping, come back to center. Hinging, dipping, come back to center, okay? If you feel like you don't have your hinge yet, I'm gonna recommend that you separate it and you do slow, find the hinge, and then twist, and then come back up, okay? That's a regression, but it's important because we don't want to have any rounding in the spine. So if you really don't feel like you're ready for combining the two at the same time, just separate them, okay? So this is the variation I'm asking for, hinging and rotating, keeping that collarbone wide, necklace showing. Otherwise, we are hinge, paddle, and then come back up. Hinge, paddle, and then come back up, okay? Even if you stand, I'd like you to do this seated, okay? Because there's a lot of the foot and glute work I want us to work on. If you're able to, feel through the bottom of the feet and feel your glutes firing, okay? So I'm gonna set this for a minute. We're gonna try this, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. I am showing the version that I'm asking for. Okay, you know what to do if you need to separate it. Okay, once again, this isn't necessarily a race because I'm really asking you to focus on your form right now. We're just learning this, okay? The only person I would say could maybe speed this up right now is Sydney so far, because this is part of her paddling that she does. So unless you're super confident that you have all of the cues I've been telling you, then you can speed it up. But otherwise, try and stay at my pace if you can. Okay, that's it. Think of really driving down into the imaginary water as you rotate, okay? Keeping that spine nice and long. Push through those feet, okay? We only have 5 seconds left here. And that's time. Excellent. All right, put your dowel aside for a quick sec and grab your cans / weight / nothing if you don't want to use weight. We're going to do a basic punch. So just like we're boxing. So we're here, we're blocking the face, and we're just going to do some cross body jabs. Okay? We're going to do all one side for 30 counts and then all the other side for 30 counts. Okay? So what I want is not this. I don't want it to be slow and consistent. Okay? So if that's hard to do, boom. If that's hard to do, that power, With cans, I want you to take the cans away, and I want you to focus on that quality of movement, okay? So try and be true to yourself and ask yourself, would I actually be able to punch something, or am I just tapping it, right? If you're just tapping it, take the weight away, okay? 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Starting here, blocking your face. 3, 2, and 1. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, once again, if you're not at my tempo, you're just going to your own tempo, focusing on that quality of that punch. Imagine like an empty pop can being right there on a ledge, and you're just going to pop it off. Pop, 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 coming right back to center every time, blocking your face. And other side. Ready? And boom, pop, pop. That's it. Blocking your face. Don't get lazy with that. That is part of the move, okay? Get tight with your form. I know a lot of you in here box. So here you go. Time to work on your form. 10 seconds. That's it. 3, 2, get one more out, 1, and take a break. Excellent. All right, 30-second timed rest. 30, 40 seconds. And then we're going to do those 2 again. So hip hinge with the kayak, and then our punches again. Okay, so get some water, because I haven't given you all a chance to get water yet. See how everybody's doing. Awesome. Okay, we're starting in about 20 seconds. Okay, so soup cans aside or weights aside, okay? Starting with our hip hinge and our kayak. So once again, it's okay to do the variation of separating the 2, hinge first and then dowel, kayak and up, or we're combining all the way up, okay? Ready? 1 minute here. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Remember, I'm showing the version that I originally asked for, okay, but you do you. That's what this class is about. Me giving you a whole bunch of stuff, and then you get to decide what will benefit you the most. That's what this is all about anyways. It's all this movement we do is for you. It's not for anyone else, right? All of our egos are checked at the entry room, at the entry door of Zoom, because we can't see anyone, which is awesome, because then we get to work to our own potential, right? And do what's best for us. Okay, you have 15 seconds left. Pushing through those feet if you can. Think of elongating through the crown of your head. So you're reaching, you're getting taller with every dowel stroke. 4 seconds here. 2, and time. Excellent. Putting that aside, getting ready for your punches. I'm going to start on my opposite side. So I'm going to start on my left side this time. Okay, just to switch it up. Here we go. 3, blocking your face. 2, 1, and we're punching. Okay, pop can. Boom, boom. Get it off the sill. Boom, boom. And pop. I'm slightly crossing my body, right? My punch is across to the other shoulder. Diagonal. That's it. Okay, remember that belly breath? If you're not focusing on too much, focus on that belly breath here. Exhale on the punch. And good. Switching to the other side. Here we go. 3, 2, and go. Okay, nice punching quality. Power. Good. Belly breathing. That's it. 10 seconds left, everybody. You're doing great. Hang in there. Exhale. 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 One more. Boom. Awesome. Okay, take a little breather. All right. We are going to do something similar on this next round, but we're going to change the punch. So we're keeping that hip hinge. okay? 1 minute, and then I'm gonna show you a different punch variation, okay? So take a break, you have 30 seconds right now, and then we'll start. Okay, and I'd just like to say it's pretty awesome because there's more people showing up for this every week. So that's awesome. Everybody in here should give yourself a pat on the back. That's commitment, and that's so cool that everybody tunes in. That makes me really happy. All right, here we go. So coming back, we were gonna do the same tip for 1 minute here. Then grab your weights. If you have overhead pain, no weights for you, okay? You're just gonna do just hands, fists. Now the punch is gonna be straight up, okay? Punch, punch. So notice my movement quality. Boom, boom, right? It's not overhead like we typically do in a traditional overhead press, okay? The other thing is I'm not here. For those of you that do overhead press here, we're actually here, we're punching. So we get to be kind of low, okay? Just like you were blocking your face, but we're gonna be punching someone that came from up. Okay, so if you're using the weights, boom, boom. So I should be able to see if you're using weights or can. I should be able to see the circle. We're not here, we're not here, here. So my fingernails are facing each other, okay? Once again, I almost encourage no weight for most of you to try. Just to try that movement pattern and see how it feels, because it's gonna feel different than this, okay? All right, grab your dowel. Here we go, and 3, 2, 1, and 1 minute here. Getting those hinges. Nice long, showing off that necklace. Really dipping down. That's it. Breathing, belly breath. If you can think of a ninth thing to think about right now, belly breathing. Exhale on the dip, okay? Exhale and inhale. Exhale, that's awesome. You have 20 seconds left here. Really drive that dowel down into the floor if you can. Nice and smooth. That's it. 8 seconds, keep moving. And relax. Okay, set that aside. Getting your cans. Here we go, starting in 3. We're gonna do 30 seconds on one side. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And punch, okay, or no weight. Powerful. That's it. Coming right back to that face block. Punch, good. Breathing through that belly. Exhale on the punch. Good. 6 seconds. And other side. Boom. That's it. Boom. Nice and powerful. Pop. Like you're going to pop something, pop a balloon right above you. Pop. 8 seconds here. That's it. 2 and 1. Break. All right. 30-second rest. And then we're doing that again. This time I'm going to demonstrate without cans or without weights for the other group, okay? Get some water. Okay, we're starting in about 15. Okay. Getting ready with the hinges. I'm also going to show the separated version right now for the group that isn't combining yet, okay? Everybody ready? Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm separating, okay, just for those that want to see the separation again. Okay, otherwise you're combining the two movements. Okay, remember it's not a race, it's about smoothness, control, and using those abdominals, rotating through that torso. That's it. Awesome. You have about 20 seconds left. Remember to go straight up. We're sitting straight up to tall. We're not going to lean too far back. So we always end neutral in a nice tall posture. 5 seconds left. And time. Excellent. Okay, I'm not going to demonstrate with weight, but you can. Getting ready for those overhead punches. I'm also going to start on my left. Getting ready, blocking your face in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And punch. Boom. Pop that balloon that's above your head. Boom. Pop. Breathing. From the belly. Notice how I'm not racing through it. I'm pausing in between to make sure I get maximum punch, maximum power. It's not about how many you do, it's about how hard you punch. Good. Other side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. Keep blocking your face. That's it. 5 seconds. And time. All right. Done with that round. So take a little breather, and then we're going to do some different ones, okay? About 30 seconds. Okay, for those of you tuning in on Facebook, reminder that this is going to be posted and recorded so that you can watch this at any point later on the ConnectTogether or the BC Moss Facebook page. Okay. All right, so our next one is going to be some punches, but we're going to use our dowel. So dowel, and then we'll use weight / nothing and do a more rotational punch. So a little bit of rotation coming from the torso. Okay. So this one, we're going to have the dowel here, nice and close to your body. Okay, and we're going to be pushing out with one hand and punching that way. So punch, back to center. Punch, center. Punch, center, okay? This hand is just taking it in. So see how I'm just tucking it close to my ribs back. So if you have armrests that can come up, it might be beneficial to just lift them so that you have a little bit more room. Okay, that might be your chair, Sid, maybe. Okay, so 30 seconds to the one side, 30 seconds to the other side. Okay, kind of similar. I want you to really punch it out. We're not being smooth. Okay, it's a punch in. We're just using a different tool. Okay, and then we're going to be rotating, and then we're going to be going punch across, no weight, punch across unless you really want it. Okay, I'll demonstrate with no weight today. If you want to stand for that second one, right? If you want to jump up and stand for this one, I would recommend that. Make sure your feet are nice and wide, athletic stance, knees are bent, draw the abs in, think elongated spine, okay? Here we go, grabbing your dowel, 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and go. Punch in, good, boom, Boom. Breathing belly breath. That's it. Good. 10 seconds left on this side, and then we'll go right into the other side. Boom. Boom. One more, and now we transition. 3, 2, and go. Boom. Good. Focus on that breathing. Really extend that arm. Try and get that elbow nice and straight away from you. Feel those feet on the floor. You have 5 seconds left here. That's it. And time. Okay, dowel away. I'm going to show with no weight. If you want to use weight, feel free to hold. Okay. Standing up if you'd like. 1 minute here. Crossing the punches. 3, 2, and we're off. Punch. Punch. Okay, if you're doing this and you're standing, your feet do not leave the floor. We're not rotating in the hips. We're just doing upper body, which is why I want you to bend your knees. Focusing your eye gaze over top of the punching fist. Okay, and we're breathing. If you're in your chair, I want you to not try and let your hips wiggle too much. So think of the rotation coming from the torso, not in the hips. That's it. You are halfway. Boom. Boom. Everybody's doing great. Hang in there. Good. Last 15 seconds here. Keep moving. Moving. This is your finisher right here. Almost done. And time. All right. Take a 30-second rest. We have time to do that one more time. So the rotation with the dowel, with the punch, and then punches lateral, and then we'll cool down, okay? 30 seconds, you're on the clock. Last round. Make sure you get some water. Nobody's left yet. That's a good sign. Okay. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. All off to one side. Go. Boom. I'm starting with my other side this time. 30 seconds. Belly breathing. If you need to be audible, if it helps you, go for it. Exhale on the punch. Good. 3, 2, 1. Other side in 3, 2, 1. And boom. That's it. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Putting that aside. Last time. 1 minute here. Rotational punches for 3, 2. Block that face. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Same movement quality. Big punch. Knock that can off the sill. Rotate from the torso. Hips are still in your chair. If you're standing, your knees are bent. Okay, feel those feet. Plant them into the floor. Following your eye gaze over that top hand, that punching hand. You are already halfway there, everybody. Hang in. This is your last thing. Belly breath. Punch. 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 Good. Keep moving. Keep blocking that face. Don't let those arms drop. It's probably the longest minute of your life. I get it. 10 seconds. Just if you smile, it'll make it easier. I promise. This is 3, 2, 1, and punch. Good. Excellent, everybody. get a little sip of water, and then we'll come in together for a bit of a cool down, just in time because the sun came out if you're here in BC. Okay, we're first going to do a rotation. So we're going to rotate. Okay, you can use your hands if you want, nice and tall. Looking over your chest, I have you on the clock for 30 seconds. Looking over your shoulder. Okay, slowly unwind that, other side. Okay, rotating, looking over your shoulder to the other side, and you are on the clock. Okay, and slowly unwind that. We did a lot of punches, so we are going to do a little bit of a chest opener. So if you can, just like we did at the beginning, I want you to bring your hands back, lift through your heart up to the ceiling, and just hold 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, give just little shoulder rolls coming backwards. Okay, give your head a little nod. Make sure your neck is okay. And awesome. All right, everybody. That is today's workout. So thank you again for coming. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to stay. I'll stay for a couple minutes after. I really appreciate you all coming. It's so fun to see all these familiar faces and new ones and some people that I will be meeting shortly. So thanks again, everybody. If you're not in the Ocean Rehab and Fitness group on Facebook, please join. I try and post some really cool stuff every week in there for you with regards to movement, exercises, motivation, a little bit of recipes, that sort of thing. So feel free to join that. I hope I get to see you next week. And yeah, have a great day, everybody.